And there's the record button. All right, cool. All right, hello, welcome to the Bedroom Studios official podcast, another special open mic edition. This time, we are on the other side of the bridge. We are at the Dahlia by JUKAI. This open mic is hosted by Kam Hayes, right?
Hello.
Hello, Kam. Oh, man. So, you're the host. So, maybe some questions are going to be a little different because these questions are mostly set for people who come to the open mic and all that stuff. But, so, obviously, the first question is, what made you choose, like, this place?
It wasn't really a choice. It just kind of happened. Dahlia, my friend Chad, was the event manager at this bar, and he asked me to do some gigs here. And I was kind of like a regular gig player, maybe once a month, and kind of just brought up the idea to the management one day. They're like, when do you want to start? And I was like, oh, okay. So started the open mic on Wednesdays, probably 2 years ago. And then next thing you know, they stopped doing all the live music and they just do the open mic now. So people like the open mic, so they keep open mic going.
Yeah, I heard that. I was kind of like, God damn, no live music.
No live music anymore. It kind of sucks.
Were you the last one as well, weren't you? Cam and Friends back in like 2023?
Yeah, me and Tyler did a gig here for his birthday one year, and that was kind of like one of the last. Tyler Cox of Hoggity Hollow was kind of one of the last big gigs that we had. And then there's a local artist, John Chason, phenomenal guitarist, bass player, very classical, very jazzy. Well known around the scene. Was playing maybe twice a month or once a month until it kind of ended. Then it was just him, because they're going for that kind of jazzy vibe for the bar on Saturdays. But then they stopped doing that altogether. But here we are, still doing the open mic.
That's good. And yeah, it's been 2 years and a few months now. And it's
2 years in December.
Yeah, so this is definitely a big feat. And I see you're also a fan of open mics. You straggle around to different open mics on both sides of the bridge.
Oh yeah, you'll see me at all the open mics here and there.
And so, I'll ask this one for you anyways. You got a few years on me. Like, how long have you been doing music?
Oh geez. I mean, I started guitar when I was like 10 years old, probably. I picked up the guitar and went to guitar lessons maybe when I was 12, and took guitar lessons until I was 16 or 17, and then joined a band in high school. And I was in a band from high school to university as a lead guitarist for 4 or 5 years.
Oh shit.
And then I moved to Newfoundland. But I was always an electric guitar player. And when I moved to Newfoundland, all I had was this beater guitar I found at a dumpster because I knew I was moving back, so I didn't want to take much. And then that's kind of when I started singing, because I was never a singer. So I started singing, started playing acoustic, and I kind of stuck to myself for years and years until maybe like 2019. And I started doing open mics probably in 2019 at Noah Ties, who you did the Crookshanks with, right?
Yeah.
I did his open mic, was my first open mic at the Rock Bottom in 2019.
I don't even know where is the Rock Bottom?
It's under your father's mustache. It's no longer a bar anymore.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's started off with him, and then went to like Gino and Davis's open mic at the Loose Cannon, which now Tyler hosts that open mic. So I've been around for a while.
So you started making the noise in the music scene, I guess. Well, you had your band, and then you kind of took a hiatus.
The band was
and
a
came
very
back into
personal kind of fun thing that we did together.
Okay.
And
was there any live gigs on that?
Not really. No, it was more just of a fun thing, right? Just a couple friends from high school. We played at parents get-togethers and family fun,
that's not bad at all.
Things like that, nothing paid or nothing.
Performance is a performance.
Yeah, man,
it's still resume worthy.
Just having fun. Then started open mics in 2019 and just kind of kept going to them and made a friend group, and I think by 2021 I was going to at least one a week, and here we are now hosting my own open mic. So
It's definitely a big feat. I will say, I'm coming up on the 1 year of doing like hosting at Resolutes, and like I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking like, how did this happen?
time flies by. Definitely, time definitely flies by.
Oh goodness, yeah, I'm having way too much fun here.
I mean, I've always considered myself a guitarist over a singer, but it's a lot of fun playing the guitar and learning songs, and I hope to keep doing it and making friends and going to these events that open mics. And
so you have a very old set list when it comes to performances. I'm recently on the old stuff now, but your songs, it's hard to tell when it's an original or a cover because they're so old.
Well, it's almost like an original cover because I like to take these old songs from 30s and 40s or even like 50s to 80s and even modern stuff. I always take, every time I play a song or a cover, it always ends up being an original because I create my own version of it.
Okay. So it's basically just the spin of originality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of people haven't heard these songs before anyways, right?
So you can be like, ha ha ha, I can claim these as mine.
No, I don't do that, but
public domain the songs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that with Jimi Hendrix. He's, 50 years and it's public domain.
Yeah, 50 years. I think that's the rule.
So what made you get into those songs? Were you doing those songs when you were a lead guitarist?
No, I was very rock and roll as a lead guitarist, and it wasn't until, I don't know, like this Spotify has this weird way of recommending songs to you.
Yep.
And I was definitely getting more into the finger picking style of guitar, and it seemed like a much more prominent in the older music, this finger picking style. So I ended up doing a lot more older music just because the songs were more complicated. A lot of music nowadays kind of shy away from the complexity and go for more simple rhythmic.
Oh, I agree with that 1,000%. It seems like the talent is just gone. Basically, like
but
the voice is
still
everything, but like, and then instrumentation is just like.
But there's still like there's a lot of modern people I still really like to listen to, like Billy Strings, Coulter Wall, Zach Top, Sarah Farrell, Tyler Childers are very like old style musicians who play these songs that are very complex and very like kind of old timey, and I like these guys a lot because they kind of go back to their roots of this older style music.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. I would agree with you on that. I'm thinking more of the sense of just pop, anything like 2010s up.
Oh yeah, like.
But the people that really like stick to that old traditional stuff, like that's where it's like, oh yeah, there's talent here.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, and it's definitely something that you're doing as well.
Try.
Try. And basically just Spotify algorithm just made you like that stuff.
I don't even know. It's hard to pay attention to what your music preferences change over the years, but
yeah,
that's the thing about music, man. Is that you're constantly listening and discovering more music as you age. And I wasn't playing the same songs I was playing 2 years ago. I'm sure you weren't playing the same songs you were playing 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the wonderful thing about music is there's like this infinite supply of music, whether it's new or old, and you get to enjoy it and write your own music, and it's never ending.
Oh, 1,000%. Hey, there's times I do catch myself. I go, hey, I haven't played that in forever.
Yeah.
I think it's time to play that again.
And then you mess it up superiorly because you can't remember how to play it.
Right. There's times that like I'll like a good example was like I think back in like late 2022 I just pulled I'm Not the Only One by Sam Smith, like just out of left field, and then haven't touched it until like mid 2024, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I try that again?
Yeah, and it's kind of great because you forget these songs and you want to play them again.
Yeah, it's like also like a lot of like the old Marilyn Manson stuff because I've been sticking to the old country, right? And then it's just like, oh wait, these songs exist.
Yeah, and like I find sometimes too, like I'll try to learn a song from years ago, or like years ago I would have tried to learn a song and couldn't figure it out and couldn't learn it, and then try a couple years later and be able to learn it pretty quickly. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
I always say like you don't get worse the more you play or the more you sing. So as long as you keep with it, you're going to get better. You're going to develop more skills.
Of course. So, out of all the open mics, even including yours, well, actually, you know what? Let me ask this question first, because I'm going to ask all the other people this question. Why this place? Obviously, besides the fact that Chad asked you, but like, do you like the aesthetic of this place?
I really like the vibe we get, because we get regulars, and I love the food here as well. So like for me, like, oh my God, it's Wednesday, I gotta get some sushi, because the sushi here is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, best sushi in HRM, hands down.
100%. So for me, it's kind of like a routine. Like it's Wednesday, sushi night, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And like that's even like boiled down to like my mom. And she's like, "Are you? What's going on tonight?" I was like, "It's Wednesday." She's like, "What's that mean?" I'm like, "Mom, it's sushi night. I'm gonna go to Kam's open mic." She's like, oh, "Bring back some."
Bring back some sushi. The sushi's great. Yeah. But I'm definitely, every open mic has something to offer, and that's why I like to go in all of them. Noah's. He has this big, tall ceiling at Two Crows on Monday. Really great sound. A lot of people go, so you get to play for a big crowd. Tyler's, you're in an old Scottish bar where they serve great Guinness, if you're into that kind of thing.
Oh.
And then Wednesday's here, where it's kind of like, when you come here, usually you come for supper.
Yeah.
You don't really go for supper for Noah's or Tyler's, right? And that's what I kind of like. It's like I get to eat sushi, I get to play some music, I get to listen to some music. And there's, Breads on Friday. They got cheap drinks, get pretty drunk, I guess.
Yes, that's the ideal.
And then Staggers on Sunday afternoon. It's pretty chill. Sit down.
You can day drink,
You can day drink, and you get to, they got good food, so you get some lunch, and you get to relax. So every open mic has something to offer.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I like going to all of them. Like, I don't think anyone's worse or better than the other. They all have something different to offer. And, and people find what they like to do. And, there's a lot of people around that go to all of them, like you and me and Shannon and Oliver and Alex. Like,
1,000%, yeah.
And you'll see us all around, which is pretty cool, Like, I like being able to walk into any open mic or any karaoke or live music and just being like, I know you.
Oh yeah, that's always good. It's always like you just walk in, even it's like a place that you're going for, like you first time, and then all of a sudden you see your homeboy, and it's just like, oh, okay, now we can have fun.
Yeah, Nova Scotia has such a small music scene.
Oh my goodness, New Brunswick is even smaller.
Yeah,
I'll say that right now.
Imagine.
It's basically uptown, and that's it.
Yeah. Anyways, man, I think you have some more people to interview, too.
I do. I have a few, and I obviously got to play myself. But thank you very much, Kam, for keeping this open mic
for
as
people that
entertaining
can't see us
as
right
possible.
now, we just shook hands.
Thank you very much, Kam,
no
for
problem.
doing this open mic and making it very entertaining, and always just a great time to come down and then do multiple things: sushi, drink, play, chat.
Been a pleasure.
Oh yes. Alrighty. Hello.
Hello.
Oliver Carter.
Me.
Good to see you again.
You as well.
We're just vibing here at the Dahlia. So, I believe I've already asked this in the podcast, but, let's ask it again. How long have you been doing music?
Ever since I was a kid, but really only about a year now.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So,
Like,
seriously been doing
seriously
music?
actually playing like shows for about a year now.
Fair enough. So what got you into music?
Rock and roll.
Fair enough. Yeah, your songs are
At
very...
a young age.
At a young age. Yeah, your songs are very rock and roll-ish and very, what do you call it? Like that 60s, 70s vibe of rock and roll.
Mm.
And then you got some folk stuff in there too as well, which I like. Are you good?
Oh yeah, I'm having fun.
Okay. So what made you choose the songs tonight? Was it just to like promote the album, or?
Yeah. Rural Android is the album. I did Blue Noser and Ducks off of it.
Fair.
And Stereo Sky.
Great songs. And that's Ducks. That's basically the one that really put you on the map here in the HRM.
People are enjoying it.
Yeah, people like the Duck song. Everywhere you go, it's like, that's the Duck guy. Is he coming to do the Duck song? You just fake him out one time. If someone says Duck song, you just be like, what's that? You just fake him out one day.
Be like, here's a new one.
We're going to play all unreleased music. Duck song, too bad. So, you obviously enjoy open mics.
Love them.
So, because you're constantly coming out, you're driving from Lunenburg, showing people in HRM, you know, what the fuck is up, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't put it that way, but...
No, that's how you got to do it. You're driving an hour, you got to be like, this is what's up. What is up, Dahlia?
What is up, Dahlia? Some good seafood.
Some good seafood. Yes, I saw you eating one serving of sushi
California
while I was
roll.
destroying 3. Yeah, I had Cali as well.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was talking to Kam. He was the first one to talk, and we both agree it's the best sushi in HRM here.
I'd say so.
No, I like it a lot. It's real fucking delicious. So, what is it about the Dahlia for you, opposing to other open mics?
I feel like it's like on the circuit. It's like it's got love.
It's got love.
Got love.
So like aesthetics-wise, because I know there's a lot of open mics on Wednesdays, right? There's a lot of activities happening on a Wednesday, which when I started, I'll tell you right now, I was like, no one's doing shit on a Wednesday, but people are doing shit on Wednesdays.
Is this shoe shop still on Wednesday?
The shoe shop's still on Wednesday.
I need to go out to that. I used
You
to
got
do that a lot.
staggers up the road on
Used to
Wednesdays.
do that a lot last year, shoe shop.
Yeah, I did it once. I did it once. The time I met Sam Jam. What a great guy. But yeah, for every open mic has its own aesthetic, basically. Like, they always have something to offer. That's basically what Kam was saying as well. I didn't ask him why this over other open mics, because he's the host, obviously. But yeah, so when it's Wednesday, you're like, man, it's Dahlia time, opposing to other open mics. Like, why is it, you know? Is it because the love? Is it like the atmosphere? Is it the aesthetic? What do we got going on here in your mind?
When I started doing open mics, I used to go to Dahlia and then shoe shop afterwards. So Dahlia was like getting the. It's one of those venues that you can kind of like bring out folky tunes and like kind of ambient stuff a little bit more, because it's a bit more quiet restaurant. So you can really test out those songs and then I used to bring it up the street at the shoe shop afterwards.
Fair enough.
But this was like a good like learning ground for how to kind of bring it down as opposed to up.
Yeah, true, because some open mics are very down to earth, and some are very energetic, where you gotta like bring the energy, you know.
And this is like a good middle ground of people eating it.
Right, that took the words right out of my mouth. That's honestly it's honestly a good middle ground. You know, you can be loud, but you can also be fucking chill as ever, right?
Great place.
Great place. Obviously, you got free pool, best sushi in HRM, the good people on this side of the bridge. Sapporo. I'm not a beer drinker, but yeah, Sapporo. Oh, jeez. But I believe that's all the questions I have.
Thank you so much, Michael, for having me.
Thank you very much, Oliver, for answering my questions. Whoop. It's alright, it's an iPhone. You ever see those ads? People drop their iPhone, it's like, it's okay, it's an iPhone. Space grade titanium.
I didn't have cable.
What?
I didn't have cable.
Oh, Jesus. Check out Oliver.
Oliver Carter.
.ca. OliverCarter.ca. Yeah, you can catch him playing some shows up in the near future. Things are looking good his way. Just keep on the lookout. Very tall guy. We also know him as Billy Shears.
Good looking guy.
A very good looking guy, a.k.a. Billy Shears.
Big Bad Bully, chairman of rock and roll, Oliver Carter.
Oh, shit. Oh, he's got names. There it is. Felix Slander.
Yo.
At the Dahlia. Post it up.
Thanks, man.
You just got off doing your set?
I just got off, yeah.
I heard that Bob Dylan tune, and I just was like, no way, dude.
Yeah, I do like the way you play though. You do a really cool thing, which I've noticed you do in a few songs. It's like that
I
kind
do,
of sliding G thing.
Oh, I learned that from
I
Kam.
haven't seen anyone do. Oh, okay.
So Kam just says do a chromatic slide up whenever you play like just any chord. That's basically old country. So I was just like, okay.
I've seen it as like walk-ups, but you do it as a kind of cool.
Sometimes I'll
little
do
glide.
walk-ups as well. I'll go like E, F, sharp, G, but it's usually I'll just wow.
It works well. It's very. You've got it down to a fluidity, which is nice.
Yeah, I kind of just beat it into my head after doing my song "Pretty Ladies."
Yeah.
He was like, when I first started writing the song, it was like nothing fancy, literally just playing the chords. And he's like, you got to add some spice to that. You got to like slide into stuff. You got to chromatically approach these chords. You got to slide into this shit. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, man, it makes a big difference. I like it.
Yeah, it does add some spice, and I just kind of catch myself playing it on anything.
Yeah.
I've done it on Gold on the Ceiling. At least I caught myself doing it.
So
I'm
I've
like,
seen you do it a
no.
lot. But it always, like say, the walk-up can kind of sound like.
Yeah, the
a
walk-up's
bit of
very
a-
nice. That's that old.
Yeah, but
shit.
it makes it very like country, where this is just kind of cool little
Very true. Very
blink
true.
and you miss it kind of thing.
I do a chromatic approach sometimes, but it's usually like.
Did you jazz up that Sam Smith song as well?
No, that's literally just the chords.
Okay,
F,
you do like kind of D
A,
minor and then this cool little
F,
thingy thing.
A, D minor, B flat major 7.
Ah, but you're playing it as a cool little triad-y thing.
Yeah, because with those heavy strings, dude, I can't do a B flat major 7. So you're gonna get an F6 out of me.
Well,
the bass players with me, they'll play B flat. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the major 7.
Oh yeah, you don't give
That's
an
the best thing I
F6.
do. And then of course, right before every verse, after the chorus, is that like B flat over C thing. That's
I've never
fun.
heard that song before, so I only
You've
know
never
you're
heard of
on
that song before?
No.
It's like a decade old.
Yeah.
Really?
I suppose I have maybe intentionally avoided Sam Smith a little bit.
You avoided Sam Smith just because he's British?
Yeah, just because he's British.
Yeah, let me listen to music that's not British.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear enough of that from my own mouth. Well, both, British people singing sad breakup songs. This town ain't big enough.
So I've already asked a few of these questions from the last
Yeah.
open mic segment. So I guess
Yeah, what you got? What's new?
only questions 3 and 5 apply to you here.
Okay.
So what made you choose the songs you played tonight?
Good question. I don't know really. There's not been any thought at all really, because I had a really annoying day, and lots of bullshit. So I didn't have the capacity to really think about it. But I was just like, I'll just do 2 originals, 2 covers. I chose the first one because Kam's girlfriend, whose name is Shannon. That's what I was gonna say. Shannon. Is from Glasgow, and she played a song,
Okay, fair enough.
The Glasgow Kiss, and then I was like, hey, I know a song from Glasgow by Hamish Imlach. So
Fair
I played that song. And then I don't know. Obviously I played Don't Think Twice for Yourself. I mean, that was really how I did it. I just kind of looked around, I played that one, and then the original I played is one that I've been jamming with Oliver, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll play that one. And then the third one was just kind of an easy song that was in a similar key.
Fair.
So that's the disappointing reality, is there was no orchestration at all.
You just go in, you're like, what am I gonna do? Just raw
Today
dog the
I
set
was.
list.
In general, I'm trying to be more like intentional about like balancing it and think about keys and tempos and dynamics and stuff.
That's usually me. I just go in and just raw dog the set list. I'm like,
Yeah.
here's what we're playing tonight.
Yeah.
And then you just go sit down.
Yeah.
And you enjoy your ginger ale and just carry on.
Yeah, that's it.
So, what is it about the Dahlia over different open mics for you?
Ooh. Well, look, an open mic is only as good as its host, right? So
You're just flirting with him from across the room now.
yeah. He's gonna listen back to this. He's gonna swoon. He'll be listening in the bath, I know. Yeah, Kam's just so dreamy. Big strong arms. Big
Settle
bushy
down,
beard.
sir. Settle down, sir.
Sorry.
This is a podcast, not erotica.
I want him to fix my car, so I'm just trying to. I've run out of financial incentives, so just gonna play it.
Pay him in back massages.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we'll see how that goes. That is true in as much as Kam's a cool guy and the kind of cool group of people who come here.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of the more laid back well, no, it definitely is the most laid back open mic. And it's small enough, it's got good sound.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. For not high ceilings, it does emit a good sound.
Yeah, and like the kind of chatter doesn't like kind of interrupt the songs, you know.
Yeah, you're the first person to talk about like the actual room itself.
Yeah.
But the last podcast, at the last open mic podcast, almost everyone talked about the room.
Yeah, well, that's
so what makes it so special? The room.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the opposite, isn't it? That's kind of big. And
let's play a little drinking game. Who take a shot whenever someone compliments the room.
I don't think I'd make it home.
No.
I do think as well, having a pool table in an open mic is something I've really come to like.
I mean, having an open mic in a bar. You know?
Yeah.
Not having a pool table at an open mic.
I like it. I like the kind of clacking, you know.
Yeah, I do like it. Usually, when I first started coming here, people were always going ham at the pool table.
Yeah.
Now no one goes ham at the pool table because everyone knows who's good and who's trash.
Yeah, this is why I do.
Me, I'm
play.
trash.
Yeah, I also am. Have you ever heard? Do you know Blaze Foley?
No.
He's like he was. I think his pals was like John Prine and Towns Van Sant, those kind of people.
Is he older?
He was. He died like in the 70s, I think.
Oh shit.
But,
okay.
And he never really got much solid recording sound. So the one of the main recordings he has is a live recording from a bar, and in the background throughout the whole thing, you hear like the pool table go.
Oh.
So I remember listening to that a lot, and just kind of, you know, the pool tables kind of became a part of the song. And now whenever I hear it when I'm playing, it always makes me think of Blaze Foley, which is nice.
You just feel like, man, I'm
Incredible
Blaze
songwriter.
Foley right now.
You'd like him a lot, I think. It's
I'll
like
give him a listen.
you
on the
have
way
to
home.
like the songs are incredible. Like the recordings are rough as fuck, but
the
the material is definitely
They're rough as fuck.
That last one I played was a Blaze Foley song, Clay Pigeons.
I thought the last one you played was Don't Think Twice.
Oh no, you're right actually. The one that I played before that.
Oh yeah, Blaze Foley, but John Prine covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Playing cover. Okay, yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to Blaze Foley on the way home.
Especially if you like Waylon and people like that. I think in the similar kind of world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I've tickled your G spot with that one.
Pause.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Is that the end? Okay.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you again. You're on both segments.
Yes.
You know, how's it feel?
My lawyer said I should never speak to you again.
Jesus Christ.
But no comment.
Okay.
Fake news.
Well, hello, Derek. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. So, yeah, you kind of came in later, but yeah. So right now, what we're doing is I'm doing my podcast, and we're just doing this as I usually just do one-on-one with certain musicians, and I decided to take this out to the open mic scene and kind of just like break the rules and just talk to anybody, you know. So it can be anybody that performs, and you know, you can just come talk right after. You know, you don't have to, right? I'm just like, I always ask, you know, do you want to do it? You know, if they say no, that's fine. You know, simple as that. So far, it has now been a male-dominated episode. The one woman singer just said no. So
Fair enough.
So everyone's getting the same level of questions. Usually with like the one-on-ones in the music studio, we just yap for as long as we want to about anything. But I feel like it should be more concise with open mic. Everyone should be asked the same level of questions to make it easier, I guess.
Okay.
So, how long have you been doing music?
I think I started playing guitar in about like grade 7 or grade 8. I've been playing far too long to be as poor of a musician as I am. But it's kind of been it's one of those things that's been a bit on again, off again. Like I actually kind of stopped playing during COVID and picked up some other instruments. And then it was really this past year I took a trip to Ireland with Kam and Tony and Tyler, who I think all of whom you know, and they're the ones that kind of pushed me to get back into playing again. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you knew them from how?
Tony I've known for as long as I've lived in Halifax, so I've probably known Tony for 15 years.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Tony was actually the one that introduced me to Kam and Tyler. So.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I kind of remember that now when everyone went to Ireland. I was like, who's this other dude in the photos? But now it makes sense. It's full circle.
Random other guy.
Yeah, who's
Now
this
you
guy
know.
with a fucking beard in the photos? So, what got you into music?
Honestly, when I first started, it was me and a friend were gonna start a rock band. It was like grade 7, grade 8. I assume probably thought it was a way to get girls, and so I went out. I got my parents were not particularly supportive. They were big on the piano lessons, not so big on the guitar.
Okay.
So I went out. I saved my money. Bought my guitar, bought my amp, and my buddy who was going to start a band with me never bought an instrument.
You kind of need that for the band, you know?
Yeah. So I was solo for a while there at the beginning. But
That's tough. He kind of just left you caught with your pants down.
Left me hanging, yeah.
So that's pretty much where it started, and just playing guitar from then on?
Playing guitar from then on. Really in university, I think, is when I kind of started playing in high school I played with buddies. University I got more into kind of the coffee house open mic scene, and
okay. That's kind of like I started the coffee house stuff, and during like high school there'd be like the occasional one a year, and I'm like, ooh, time to play. And it was always fun to do it. Just show up with like a different instrument and be like, "What's up, nerds? Watch me play." So, what made you choose the songs tonight here?
Well, I mean, my theme tonight was kind of Irish music, so it being St. Patrick's Day this week, I was focused on Irish music. I usually do have kind of a bit of a theme for whatever songs I play that night. Sometimes it's completely in my head. Sometimes it's songs from the same decade. Sometimes it's songs with a common theme. Sometimes it's songs that happen to be in the same key or something. And
so you actually prepare yourself?
A little bit. Yeah.
I just when I show up, that's where I think I'm like, all right, we're doing that tonight. There's times where I'm like, all right, we're just gonna play E tonight. And just every song's E.
No, I usually figure it out when I get here, but like I always have to help me remember what songs I want to play. I always have to have like in my head something that unites them, I guess. So.
Oh yeah. For me, it's literally what do I want to do, like the whole car ride, and then by the time the guitar's in my hand, it's like, okay, this is what we're playing. It's as soon as like I put go right to the mic, it's like that's what we're playing tonight. Okay. I'm always ill prepared. Let's see here. Do you enjoy open mics? Do you just come to this one, or do you do others?
This is the first one I came to when I started playing again, and again, Kam was kind of instrumental in getting me to come out and start playing again and build that confidence back up. So this was a nice kind of friendly one. Since then, I have branched out a little bit. This past Sunday I was at the one at Staggers.
Okay. Nice.
I've done the one that Tony does over on Thursday nights at the auction house. So starting to get out and do a few others as well.
Goodness, it's past my bedtime. I do have one myself. I got one Fridays down at
the Resolute one?
Sign. Yep.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, check it out. It's always good to have new people come in, you know.
Yeah.
It's always good to just diversify into different open mics and meeting new people as well. That's basically just what it is. Yes, broadening the map, I guess. Rendering out the map.
Yeah, and they found like one of the great things about kind of the scene locally is everyone's very supportive of everyone else. Like you feel, you never feel awkward getting up there. You know that.
Yeah, you just go up and you're like, hey guys, how's it going? And then everyone's like, woo!
Yeah.
So, what is it about the Dahlia for you, opposing to other open mics?
Again, I mean, it was sort of the first one I came to when I started playing again, so it was kind of instrumental in getting me back into it. Great group of musicians. Like you really, it's one of those ones where you get everything from campfire guitarists like myself to legitimate singer-songwriters that are playing just really cool and amazing stuff. Like I love hearing Oliver's stuff. It's so original. Love it when TJ comes out and he's constantly playing songs where I'm like, the first time I heard that guy play, it was like
TJ Myers? No, what TJ?
no, double TJ, TJ.
How do I not know this person?
I think we've played on the same nights before. We'll sort out what his actual name is afterwards, but he's got TJ for his first name and his last name, and he like every time he comes, seems like he's written a new song. And first time I heard him play an original, I assumed it was like a commercially successful song that I just hadn't heard before because it was that good.
Oh, Taylor Jade.
Yeah, Taylor Jade. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yes.
Sorry, I just
Because I know him as Taylor Jade. I don't call him TJ
Yeah,
anymore.
okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, TJ's freaking wild.
Yeah.
Oh, every time I hear a song, it's like, goddamn.
Yeah, first time I heard him, we were literally sitting there Googling the lyrics. Because again, I assumed it was like, this is a song that must be commercially successful that I just haven't heard yet. Now I want to know who sang it, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere online, right? And then
No, that's good when you can write songs like that.
Turns out it's like, yeah, actually he wrote that himself. A couple
Goddamn.
weeks ago. So
That's a good like that's a pat on the back when people think your song is like someone else's like really popular song.
yeah, and like I said, I love Oliver's stuff. It's so original. My kids got really into the Ducks song, and to the point where we were recently on vacation and we were at a hotel, and the hotel had karaoke, and my youngest got up to perform, and then my youngest wanted me to perform and was like, you should do the Ducks song. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure this random hotel in Jamaica doesn't have the Ducks song in their karaoke repertoire. And it was like, I was hard pressed to convince my child that this place was not going to be able to play the Ducks song for me. So, yeah.
That would have been funny if they did have it though. Just
Yeah.
somehow they have all of
They
her
did
songs.
not.
No, definitely not. Oh, I mean, no. Oliver is a good guy. You know, Quinn, Felix, and I were all in his like band now. You know, we're all just having fun playing instruments, singing, getting wild, getting weird. You know, the open mic presence, I'll say though, is very different from the band presence.
Yeah, for sure.
It is wild.
Yeah.
I'm just there sitting on the drums, just, you know, minding my own business, just getting just playing how I want to play, just like making it weird and stuff, and then all of a sudden everyone's just bouncing. I'm like, okay.
A little more sedate around here.
Yeah. Oh, it's very sedated. You just see him. He's just there like this playing a song, and then we were in Rockropolis one time, and this man was like bouncing around like a blue arse fly. I was like, oh, yes, yes. Do this when we have a gig. Get weird. But no, it's good. It's good, you know. Meet new people, and then all of a sudden projects form out of it. It's always good. That's why it's always good to have like a hefty resume for something like that, you know.
For sure.
Just be like, oh yeah, I was here, I was there, you know, I did this, I did that. And people are like, God damn, do you sleep? And it's like, yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
It's good to get more people talking in. I was like, dang, there's not a lot here today. But yeah, good to see you getting out and playing a bunch more songs. I saw that 12-string guitar. That's the first time I actually saw that. Is that new?
I did. It's new to me. So I've been wanting a 12-string probably for almost as long as I've been playing, and for some reason it was just something I never treated myself to. And recently I decided it was time to finally. And so I started watching. But the advice from my friends was like, you don't need to buy new. Just look for like a good used one. And this one came up on Facebook Marketplace, and it was a decent price, but like. Then the price started dropping, and finally I went to look at it and tried it out, and yeah, it's one of those ones where it's got it's got a few surface nicks and scuffs, but nothing that really affects the look or the sound. And
it sounds good though, and it wasn't plugged in; it was mic'd, wasn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking at maybe getting a pickup on it, but
probably talk to what's his name, Noah at Folklore.
Yeah,
they. If I ever wanted to put a pickup in a guitar that didn't have a pickup, I would trust them to do it first.
Yeah, for sure.
They're clean with it.
Yeah.
But think I'm gonna get the last person here before the bar closes.
All right.
But yeah, it was good seeing you again.
Yeah, good talking.
Because I haven't been out here in a hot minute either, so
Right on.
it's finally good that Kam is here and all that stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Josh Pelham,
Michael Butts.
you're on both segments for open mic episodes. Look at this.
I know, I had to get here.
You had to. Yeah, Felix is here as well. I was like, you're on both, and that's great.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't have as cool of an accent though as Felix does.
Oh, there he is. Look at that. He's just vibing. But yeah, I mean, since you were already on the last one, I really can't ask a few of these questions. Same with Felix. So honestly, the only questions I can ask you is, what made you choose those songs?
I don't know. I was just thinking about it on the way here. I was like, I'm going to do some Bob Dylan.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Farewell to Nova Scotia I've been doing a little lately, and it's kind of, that'll get them singing, so it kind of worked, And then I tried that other hip one, and I don't know if I was off key with that or what, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just did the Jack Flash Blues. Got to practice it, right?
The Jack Flash Blues. Now, that was one of the ones you showed me for the Jack concept album, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Jack concept album. Yeah, we can't talk about some of those titles, though.
What do you mean?
Well, some of them were a little obscene.
Oh, Jesus.
The titles.
Oh, yes, I'm remembering now. Yeah, the Jack concept album. That's one of them. Jumping Jack Flash is another.
Yeah.
So, what makes you choose this open mic when you come to it versus other open mics?
I try to get out to as many of them as I can, really. I just try not to overwork myself, I guess, or burn myself out. So, I don't know. I like Kam. I like Kam a lot,
You like Kam?
So. Yeah. Kam was away for a couple of weeks, so I wanted to get over to see him.
Yeah. There's so much shit going on Wednesdays. Like, I'm going to that. We go to that Elmsdale one,
Yeah,
so it's like you go to the Elmsdale one first and then immediately crushed down.
And I booked a massage to go there next Wednesday, and I realized it's the end of the month, and it's Crookshanks, and I haven't missed one of those in a while, so I don't know what I'm going to do, yeah.
And tell them to massage you fast.
Yeah.
And then come extremely relaxed to Crookshanks.
Yeah.
But when you come here, is it just like okay, we'll go to this one today and we'll do this one the other week, or is it like when it's Wednesday, you're like, yeah, this one?
It's kind of like whenever I get some free time. Honestly, I do get out pretty frequently to the Two Crows one. I like that one. The people are pretty cool there. I like hanging out with Seamus and Tom.
Oh yeah, they're pretty swag.
Yeah, we made some ties there, and I took Joshua Love Self.
Yeah, you did. You did a show recently with all of them.
Yeah, Gus's Pub. That was a lot of fun to play Gus's. The sound system there is really good, and it was just really a pleasure to play there. We had a few people out. It was a Sunday night, you can't expect much, but everybody enjoyed themselves, and
That's
it
good.
was fun to play with those guys.
Yeah, I need to get back into playing Gus's again. I need to go bother B.A. Johnson. He's the booker. I need to go bother him for a Friday or Saturday.
I saw they're looking for gig night for bands, but didn't you and Tyler do that one time?
So I did. The smallest amount they'll allow is a duo.
The duo. They will allow a duo.
They allow duos. Solos, they just tell you go to an open mic.
Yeah.
So I've done. What have I done? I've done my dad rock band. I've done Love Self. That was with me and Justin. So basically, Justin and I played with Nick, and then Justin and I played with Josh O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And then it was me and Tyler Cox. I was supposed to play with Punchkin Collective, but Punchkin Collective immediately disassembled, and we all broke up. And then I was like, damn, I don't want to leave CJ high and dry. So I was like, Tyler, we got to whip out Cox and Butts.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. That you guys did.
Yeah.
Three pistols at the end.
3 hour. An hour and a half of practice.
Yeah, that was pretty good for that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was like, permission to get weird on the bass. And he's like,
thinking about that. I don't know if I'll do it for April, but I mean.
I'll tell you right now, Oliver Carter and the Ducks. So there'll be me, Quinn, Felix, and Oliver.
Right,
obviously.
you're in the Ducks.
I am one of the Ducks. I am on the drums.
Play together.
Yeah, if you can find a duo, I mean, if you can find a duo.
Maybe I could talk Seamus into doing a few.
At that point, it would probably be the Johnsons.
Yeah, well, yeah, we could just get the three of us, I suppose. Yeah.
Johnsons and Josh.
Yeah, Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson.
No, that's already taken.
Josh Johnson. Yeah, that is. Is that the guy who did the
book?
The book. Okay, yeah.
It's the poet. The poet and the bouncer.
Oh, what's a good? Frank, I don't know what's a good name for you guys. I mean, Johnson's is pretty solid.
We could just go with that. That could just be.
Just get like three people. Just
That could be the adopt. They could adopt me.
just get two other people, and then just go by the band name J Pelly.
J Pelly.
J Pelly. We got me on. You got Josh Pelham on acoustic. You got this guy on bass. You got this guy on the drums. We are J Pelly.
We got to get Chuck Bangley and the strippers.
Chuck
going.
Bangley and the strippers. Oh
I hope he doesn't mind me saying that.
Chuck Bangley. Oh my god. That's great. Okay, looks like it's. Oh god, it's time to fucking leave now. This place is closed.
Yeah.
I gotta pack this shit up and fucking skedaddle and go to bed.
Pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure seeing you again as always, my guy. I'll see you around. And you're filling in for me this Friday.
Yes. Hopefully we get a few people out.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make a reminder on Friday if you want to do that as well. I'm gonna come in. I'll see if everything sounds good and then skedaddle.
Cool.
That's what I'm probably gonna do, even with other hosts. I'll just walk in, see how it sounds, and then dip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm part of the committee, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been another special open mic segment of the Bedroom Studios official podcast. Another open mic has gone, pretty successfully. Not as big and scary as Crookshanks, where I'm like rushing people in and out one at a time. I'm yelling next for the next person. But yeah, if there's any other open mics that have that would love to have the opportunity done, I will always hit up other open mic hosts and we can make this happen. I love this mixer. Shout out to Zoom for making incredible mixers. This is the L12 live track, and yeah, I'll always be using this for just bringing the podcast out of the music room to any place with an outlet. Oh man, it's time to sign off here. Here we go. This is Michael Butts.